The range was quiet at first, broken only by the faint rattle of brass casings on concrete. A group of Delta operators stood in loose formation, arms folded, their laughter carrying across the training ground. At the center was a steel target nearly impossible to hit, one that had humbled even the best. For 15 years, no one had beaten the record. That's when she spoke softly, almost as if asking permission from the wind itself. "Can I give it a try?" Their laughter deepened. To them, she was just an outsider, untested, and certainly not someone who could break their sacred streak. Before I tell you what happened next, tell me in the comments where you rewatching from. I love knowing who I fade listening. She picked up the rifle, its weight settling against her shoulder like an old friend. Inside, her heart hammered, but she didn't let them see it. She remembered every doubt she'd ever faced, every dismissal, every smirk aimed her way. Their chuckles echoed, but instead of shaking her, they grounded her. She thought of her father's words. Steady hands, change outcomes. She inhaled. The air grew still. Even the dust seemed to pause mid-flight, waiting for her choice. She locked her eyes on the distant target, its steel gleam like a challenge written in the sun. One of the operators muttered, "She won't even scratch the paint." But the sergeant, older and wiser, simply folded his arms tighter. He had seen too many overconfident men fail to laugh too soon. Her finger brushed the trigger, steady as if carved from stone. In that fragile moment before the shot, she was both terrified and fearless, caught between failure and destiny. And then, the crack split the silence. The round flew, cutting through the still air. And a heartbeat later, the steel rang with a piercing clarity that made every head snap forward. Murmurs rippled through the line of operators. She had hit it. Not close, not barely, dead center. Stillness followed, until another voice sneered, "Lucky shot." She didn't flinch. She fired again, and again. Each round slammed the steel with surgical precision, faster, tighter, sharper than even the record holder had ever managed. Sweat streaked down her temple, hands trembling not from fear, but from the sheer energy coursing through her veins. By the time she lowered the rifle, the truth was undeniable. The record wasn't just broken, it was shattered, left in the dust like fragile glass. For 15 years, that mark had stood untouchable. She had erased it in a matter of minutes. The crowd of hardened soldiers, men trained to laugh in the face of pain, stood frozen. Their disbelief turned slowly into murmurs of respect. The sergeant stepped forward, his voice low but steady. "Gentlemen, you've just witnessed history." The words cut through the stunned silence, and a slow clap began. Hesitant at first, then swelling into full applause. She stood there, chest rising and falling, wondering if she had truly earned it. Part of her longed for their acceptance, but another part realized she didn't need it. She hadn't come to prove herself to them. She had come to prove herself to her. In that moment, a tension lingered in the air. Was it right to cheer the breaking of a tradition? To celebrate someone they had mocked only moments earlier? The moral weight pressed on them. Yet respect, when truly earned, leaves no room for doubt. The general himself, drawn by the noise, arrived and looked upon the shot pattern. His stern expression softened as he turned to her. Records don't last forever, but courage changes everything. And with that, the unshakable truth landed. Because strength isn't measured by laughter or doubt. It is measured by what you do when no one believes in you. Because respect can't be handed down. It has to be seized. She had seized it with every shot. So remember this. When doubt surrounds you, let your actions speak louder than their laughter. Because courage has a way of echoing far longer than ridicule ever could. If this story moved you, make sure to like this video, share it with someone who needs the reminder, and subscribe for more stories of courage and resilience.